These 4 all stabbed to death. It's terrible.
Hello, Albert. Hello, Rosa Caceres. Yana, I think Albert and Rosa might have a little something to say about that. Hello, ACN, C12, Adrian, my man. Sam, I am. Sam, it is
8:17 here.
But in New Zealand, it is the next day, and it is 12, 1, 2, 3. Is it like 3:20? Hello, Stronger and Wiser. Sheila Redmond from the Hub City. I just saw Sheila Redmond in person, in the flesh.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Becky. Lisa. Hey, Angie. Hello, Christy Bazemore, beautiful person. Hello, Christy Kincaid Norris. Hello, Amy. Brooksio, Edison Al. Sarah, what is going on?
What?
Back at the ER.
Again?
Yes. Further tests, putting all her business out on the internet.
I didn't see that. I haven't been on the internet today.
She's going to be casket ready if she doesn't get this figured out. Hello, Arturo. Sarah, that blows. Hopefully you get some relief. Hello, Nicole Obble Cakes. Hello, Angeli Boone. Hello, Chris Darla. There's Mike Boone. Hello, Mike Boone. Posting very funny memes today, Mike. I really like those. Hello, Tanya.
What were they about?
Oh, you name it. Mostly kind of lewd. Hello, Lisa. Darla. Whoa, Fluville. Hello, Micah Joe, MJ. Should we do this podcast at another time that's more convenient for you?
I was just letting you, while you were saying all your hellos, I was trying to get my mother to answer the phone, but she's not. Somebody asked me a question that I had to ask my mom. Let me see.
Hello, Terry Mead. Hello, Evangelina. Thank you, Angie. It's very nice. I came to the realization this weekend that I am the world's worst Texas Tech alumni. I haven't yet, Sam. It's on my list of things to do. I will. Hello, Taylor. Hello, Michael Melkos. Oh, Angie. World's worst. Lurking. It's okay, Sam. It wasn't a dumb gift. Any kind of toilet humor, potty humor, I'm always on board with.
Okay, sorry.
You gonna get with the program here?
Yeah, honey, I'm ready. You're still saying hello. I was just trying to help somebody out that asked me a question.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm done.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I am here to serve one person at a time, apparently, by answering that text message.
What does that mean?
I was just trying to help this one person as opposed to recording a podcast servicing many people.
I don't know what that means.
I know.
I don't know what that is. Okay.
Ready to put in your earbuds and test me?
You got anything? Are you gonna talk about kids?
Sure.
You gonna give me a little something?
Sure. Test 1, 2. Test.
Sounds
1,
good.
2. Test.
Hugh Jazz, please pick up the red courtesy phone. Hugh Jazz, please pick up the red courtesy phone. Hugh Jazz.
Welcome to the A Sandwich and Some Lovin' podcast. That sounds weird. Welcome to the podcast called A Sandwich and Some Lovin'. I'm Kellie Rasberry Evans, And this is my husband, Alan Evans.
Big train in the house.
Co-host, my husband. Wow, what a busy few days it's been. I've got a lot to do.
You do?
I've got a lot to do.
You seem frazzled.
I'm very frazzled. I'm very preoccupied mentally. But I look forward to stopping down everything to do a podcast.
Well, you're going to give this 100%?
I look forward to this.
Are you going to mail it in?
No, I'm going to give it my all.
Are you?
Now, what does that mean at this point? How much do I have left to give?
I'm just asking you to bring something.
Let me tell you.
Just something.
So we are heading into, this is a busy time of year, heading into the holiday season. Namely because, well, first of all, I'm the mother. I'm the mom. And who does the majority of Christmas fall on? That would be mom.
How so?
Right?
How so?
It's just true, Alan.
I wrap presents.
You wrap presents for me.
I haul that big fat Christmas tree down from the attic.
Where is it?
Or all 9 of them.
Where is it?
We've got like 5 Christmas trees.
Did you haul it down like I asked you to already?
Haven't yet, but I will. You weren't going to put it up before you left.
I was. But it's
too
late
come
now.
on.
It's too late now.
Were you really going to put it up
listen,
tonight?
Listen.
Oh.
Okay, look.
Why are we bickering?
Christmas, we're not bickering. I'm just trying to. But so, okay, here's the deal.
It makes people very upset when
I'm
we
not bickering.
Okay.
Honey. I also work on the Kid Craddock Morning Show.
Nationally syndicated.
And we are so fortunate. I mean, beyond blessed that we get
#blessed.
Some great vacation this time of year. So we get, we're going on the kids trip. We're actually taping this podcast. It's going to drop on Thursday, which is the day we leave for our kids trip. If you're not familiar, this is the charity started by Kid Craddock over 30 years ago, where we take a plane full of children. Some of them are chronically ill. Some of them have suffered catastrophic injuries. Some don't have long life expectancies, whatever their condition. We take them and their families on an all expenses paid trip to Disney World, thanks to donations from our listeners and, advertising sponsors and partners. So anyway, that's tomorrow. And then after the kids trip, we immediately go into our Thanksgiving vacation.
Mm-hmm.
And Alan and I, because we don't have the kids this year, we're going to Mexico.
We are. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm going to catch up on my reading. I got lots of reading.
And see, so all Alan has to worry about is packing a suitcase for Mexico.
Wait a second. Not true.
Not
true.
What? Give me your list of things to do between now and leave for Mexico.
Well, I got to take care of the boys. They're coming up. They're coming over tomorrow.
That's one night.
Get them all to where they're going because you're off vacationing.
Okay. Vacationing on the kids.
Get the 9 Christmas trees down.
Okay, you're gonna get 1 Christmas tree down for me.
There's more than that. Pack.
Is that it? Is that the end of your list?
Pack.
That's the end of Alan's list.
I got a lot to do.
So what happens is, because we're going on these extended breaks from the radio, I get hit with all these commercials that I have to write and record. And this is boring to a lot of people right now, but I'm just telling you what happens is they give all the advertisers a deadline. Like, if you do not have your commercial copy in by November the 15th, it's not going to get done.
Is this a peek behind the kimono?
This is a peek behind the kimono. So guess when everybody's copy comes in? On November 15th, right?
Absolutely.
So I have been writing, recording, re-recording, because there's always a little something that I didn't get correct or whatever it is. So I've been doing that.
Who can we pin this blame on at your orifice?
It's just not.
Is this rust space?
No. And not only that, it's just, Alan's got to take care of the boys tomorrow. I've got to organize horseback riding lessons, trying to get listen, y'all, don't tell him, Kellie. The lady at the driving school told me when I called her earlier, I said, there's the calendar. You have to book driving lessons, and she can only take 2 per month, right? So I've been waiting for the December calendar to load. Every day I was checking back, and I finally called the woman at the school. I said, where's the calendar? Don't you worry about it. Check back in the middle of the month.
Who is that?
The lady at the driving school. Check back in the middle of November. It'll be fine.
Was she from the South?
No. There'll be plenty of times available. So middle of the month, So what's today? 16. About 3 days ago,
Mhm.
which is before the middle of the month,
Mhm.
I checked. Every spot's gone. Every single one.
Mm.
And I can't tell Kellie that. So I've been trying every day, riding that. On top of that,
But you know what?
What?
Doesn't seem like she's in a big hurry to get her license.
She's not, but she also, I've told her that we're projecting for January, February now at this point. At this rate, it might be later than that. But here's the other thing that's been going on, Alan,
Mhm.
and this is not just affecting me.
Mhm.
Taylor Swift tickets.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the drama that's been going on?
I've heard a little bit.
Alan, it's bad.
For who?
For Taylor Swift fans that want to get tickets and the mother of Taylor Swift fans.
Yeah.
The mothers of Taylor Swift fans.
So what's going on? Website crashed or something?
So Ticketmaster.
This is like a national thing.
This is a national.
I heard
it's
on
bad.
TV there were people trying to get
It's
it.
bad. I'm serious. People are so upset. I think they're going to probably end up filing lawsuits.
Oh, come on.
I'm not joking because they have to do something.
I know how
this
you
is
can
not,
go. Our friend Patrick, did you see his Facebook post?
No, I haven't looked on Facebook now.
He has a suite. Where's she flying, American Airlines or AT&T?
The AT&T, the Cowboy Stadium.
He has a suite for $30,000. And that includes 20 tickets, I think. So if you can pool enough people together, it'll throw that in.
Well, here's the situation.
Sorry,
I'm sorry, I was distracted by my husband.
What? Come on. Keep going.
You keep going.
Or
should I wait till you finish?
I'm just doing an Al Bundy.
All right.
My hands are cold.
All right. So anyway, so Ticketmaster and they're trying to avoid scalpers or whatever. They have this brilliant idea. They're going to give people codes. So you have to register to get a code. And when you have that code, you get to be part of the pre-sale. Well, I registered to get a code and I'm sitting there waiting all day as friends are like, I got my code. I never got a code.
So is that like a lottery?
It's like a lottery.
Okay, so they're only passing out so many codes.
Right.
Okay.
So I didn't get in the lottery to get a code, first of all. So other people that did get a code, what happened was...
You didn't get a code?
I didn't get a code. So what happened was people that did get a code, they all went to Ticketmaster when they were told to, and the whole system basically froze and locked everyone out. No tickets were being sold for hours. And people are waiting online for that. And then like my friend at work, Anna and Nick, our producer, and Amy, who works in the back, they all do a podcast called 13, the Taylor Swift podcast. Very popular. If you love Taylor Swift, you should check it out. Anyway, the three of them are sitting there, head in hands, just staring at their computer screens. And out of the three of them, only Nick got through. So he bought tickets for all of them. So they're covered. Well, Anna was nice enough to tell me that Capital One card holders got to do a pre-sale. It was supposed to be the same day you had the code, a little bit later, right? So the Taylor Swift, if you had the code 10 a.m., if Capital One, 2 p.m., because they had so much drama with Ticketmaster yesterday or that day, they pushed Capital One to the next day. That was today. I have a list of a million things to do, right? But at 2:00, where was I?
Logged on.
Waiting.
Yes.
And waiting. And waiting.
How'd that work out for you?
I got kicked out.
Oh.
I got kicked out when they said no more tickets available. Now that doesn't mean the entire venue is sold out, Alan, because they have a certain set of tickets.
I just told you how to get a ticket.
Okay, honey. They had a certain amount of tickets for the pre-sale. They had a certain amount of tickets for the card holders, and then they have the general admission tickets. So everybody still has a shot at getting great tickets. So what happened was one of our very best customers, Laura, and her mother, Kay, they've got tickets.
Did they really?
And they've offered to sell me 2 of them.
Did they log on?
They did. They got codes.
So they got
codes and got in.
They bought like 4 or whatever?
They bought 6.
Okay.
So they've offered to sell me 2 of them.
Wow.
At face value. Because they're very nice human beings.
Which is?
Well, let me just say, some people are getting tickets and they're trying to sell them for like $10,000 each. And I bet you there's some people that will pay for it. Lindley, one of our very best customers from Lubbock,
who we spent time with this weekend.
We did. She said she was willing to wipe out her 401k to get tickets for her and her girls to go. And I believe her. but they're selling to me for face value. Now, these are VIP tickets.
Dime.
Well, it just means it was a lottery system. You just kind of took what you could get and grabbed them.
Mm-hmm.
You get like a tote bag and a lanyard. You don't get to meet Taylor. That's
Mm-hmm.
not with that. They're $750 each.
Oh my gosh.
That's what it is. That's the ticket price plus over $150 in taxes and fees. And it's surge
When
pricing.
is this?
It's April 2nd, I believe. It's a Saturday. It's surge pricing. So it's just like when you
1,500, huh?
It's bad, y'all.
Are you going?
Well, that's what I told him, Kellie. I said, I know you'd rather go with one of your girlfriends, but you don't have a girlfriend that's going to pay that much for a ticket.
Cough up $750.
Yeah, so I'm probably going to have to do that. But I told Laura, I said, look, if I can get other tickets, I'm going to try. But I know that they're there. It's a lot. It's a lot. But it's a big deal. This is all my daughter listens to. It's all
I thought she listened to Harry Styles.
She did when we were going to Harry Styles. Now it's nonstop Taylor Swift. Nonstop.
Okay. But that's not all she listens to.
Yeah, it is.
So we just have Taylor on repeat?
Yeah, every time she gets in the car. Every time she gets in the car, that's what goes on.
So what happened to Harry?
Well, Harry is done for now.
He's done for now?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
If you knew you were going to a Hardy concert, you'd be listening to nothing but Hardy 24/7 until the concert, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So anyway, so that's what's been going on. It's been a big mess, but we're not going to bog down on that. We're going to get to other fun stuff. We did go to Lubbock this weekend, the home of Alan's alma mater, and we'll talk about that in our visit with Lindley and her lovely daughters. But first, it is the season for giving, right? The holidays.
It's getting there.
Once Alan gets my tree down, I'll really feel it. But why not give gifts that actually give back? Because it makes you feel good to give a gift somebody's going to love. And also, if you buy anything from Thrive Cosmetics, first of all, they'll love it. But also you can feel good because your purchase does good. Thrive Cosmetics. There's cause in the name for a reason. They have what they call their bigger than beauty mission, bigger than beauty. And for every product you buy, Thrive Cosmetics donates to organizations that help women and their communities thrive. They've got over 300 giving partners across the country. They help people fighting cancer, survivors of domestic abuse, people who are coming out of homelessness, so many great causes. And I love that about Thrive Cosmetics, but I also love their mascara. Seriously, their Liquid Lash Extensions Mascara is their best-selling product. Over 20,000 five-star reviews. This is the first vegan tubing mascara. It mimics the look of lash extensions without the damage, without the expensive prices. It also lasts all day, no smudging. Comes off with just warm water and a washcloth. And I also use the Brilliant Eye Brightener every day. It's a cream to powder highlighting stick. It brightens and opens your eyes, gives you an instant eye lift. 13 shades to choose from. We love that. You can buy for yourself, buy for your girlfriends, and we're going to give you a discount code. So you should stock up. And remember, every product you buy means Thrive Cosmetics is going to be donating to a great cause.
Celebrate the season of giving and try Thrive Cosmetics today. Right now, you can get 15% off your first order when you visit thrivecosmetics.com/sandwich. That's Thrive Cosmetics, CAUSEMETICS.com/sandwich for 15% off your first order.
There you go. All right, let's talk Lubbock.
Yeah. So we did the Lubbock weekend. We've talked about it on the podcast. Reason I was going was, number one, a very, very best customer of ours, Professor Amanda. She asked me months and months ago. She was at a podcast get-together at Oaked Barbecue Restaurant in Dallas, oakedbbq.com.
OAKD, you should say. There's no E in oaked.
Right.
You said oaked BBQ, but it's OAKD.
There's an apostrophe. Oaked.
Well, when you're giving the website, I'm just saying spell it.
oakedbbq.com. OAKDbbq.com.
There you go.
Bog down alert. We're having a bog down alert.
It's not a bog down. I'm just saying spell it.
It's in 4-wheel drive right now, and the front wheels are spinning, and the back end starting to bog down, and I'm trying to pull out of it, but I'm having a hard time doing it. I might put it into 4.
Because I asked you to spell oat. I've totally slammed the brakes on the entire podcast.
I might put it into 4 low.
Oh my gosh.
So anyway,
because you playing with yourself didn't bog down the podcast. That didn't put the brakes on anything.
First of all, I wasn't playing with myself.
What were you doing?
Second,
warming your hand. I forgot. Warming your hand.
First of all, I wasn't playing with myself. Second of all, that's a clapback. Third of all, my hands are cold.
Exactly.
What is it, 50 in this house?
No, I just bumped the heat up to like 69.
We can't pay our heating bill because we got it all in Taylor Swift tickets. Anyway. So yeah, Professor Amanda asked me to come talk to her class on Friday at 3 p.m. So apparently I had some details wrong.
You did?
I did. So
you haven't shared that with me.
I know. So I told you, and I think I told our listeners, that I was going to go talk to a marketing class. Not entirely accurate. It was a digital PR class.
Oh.
Yes. So I was just.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was.
Yes.
So I was just using marketing as
how horrifying to make such a huge mistake.
Hey, here's the deal. One of the students who was one of the pupils who was in the class, she goes, I had heard that you were going to come to tech to talk to a marketing class. And I thought, well, darn, I'm not going to get to hear you. And it turns out you're talking to our class. And I said, oh, I just used, marketing. And I was just confused, I guess, that I was speaking at a digital PR class.
Did you explain you live your life confused?
I did. I probably did.
Did you go with an opening joke? That was the big question.
I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
I'm going to get to that. This is called a tease in the podcast business.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not familiar.
So anyway, I go up there on Thursday because I wouldn't have been able to ride the motorcycle Friday morning and get there on time. I just went a day early. And then Kellie was going to come after she gets off the air on Friday. So that's what I did. So I get on my bike, start heading towards Lubbock on Thursday morning about 10:30. So I get about halfway there. There's a town called Seymour, and it's about exactly halfway between Lubbock or Dallas and Lubbock. And it's about a 5.5 hour drive by car. So a motorcycle is going to take you 6 hours, 6.5 hours, because you got to stop more. So I'm in Seymour. I stop at the Dairy Queen. The first Dairy Queen that Kellie ever went to was this Dairy Queen in Seymour. Yeah. Took a picture, sent it to Kellie. I said, hey, look where I am. And had a little steak finger basket, give me a little energy for the ride, for the second half of the ride to Lubbock. Here's what I didn't do. I didn't put gas in the bike.
Why not?
Which didn't sound like a big deal because I had half a tank. But here's the deal.
Why wouldn't you just go ahead and do it?
I just didn't think about it. And I had about half a tank. Now, on half a tank, that's only going to take you about 175 miles. And I had another, I forget what it is, from Seymour.
It's about 2 hours.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I get about 3/4 of the way to Lubbock, and I get the okay, my fuel's low. It's got the red gauge, the little E is red. And then I get the fuel light, and I have range. It tells me how far I am, how much gas I have left, like how far I can go. And the range I have left is about 35 miles. But here's the problem. I'm looking on the Apple Maps, and I have 50 miles to get to Crosbyton, which is the next town. I was out in the pucker brush of West Texas. I mean, there aren't many little towns out there. There are even some of the little towns that don't have gas stations.
Right.
So the next one that has a gas station is Crosbyton. 50 miles away, I got 35 miles of range. So now I'm thinking, well, that was dumb. Why didn't I put gas in Seymour?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going as far as I can. I put the cruise control on 60. I kind of hunch below the windscreen. Cut down on wind resistance. Right. And now I'm thinking to myself, it's not a matter of, are you going to run out of gas? It's how far are you going to have to walk to go get your gas once you do run out? So I'm going and going. The range now has a little X. It's not even showing me miles. The E is completely red and empty. And I'm thinking at any moment, this thing's going to run out of gas. Well, it kept going and going.
It was a miracle.
Yes. And I got,
Well, just like they say with cars,
there's always a little more
zero.
left. Yeah. So I get right outside of Crosbyton. So I'm looking, I'm like, I'm going to make it. Not so much. It's like, I'm like, and then, and I'm like, dang it.
Almost.
So there was no drama. It was just the engine cut off and then it gets real quiet. And it's like, at that point, I'm like riding a bicycle, but there's no pedals. So I just kind of coast slowly to the side of the road.
Wow.
So I look
Did you cry?
No, I look at the Apple map and I'm exactly 1 mile from the gas station. It could have been a lot worse.
Could have been.
I could have been 15 miles from the gas station.
Yeah.
So I'm 1 mile. So I text Kellie and my mom and dad. I said, hey, I ran out of gas. Just so you know, I'm about to walk to the station in case I get mugged. You know what happened. So I'm locking up the bike. And right as I'm locking it up and about to walk, an unmarked truck pulls right up behind me. And I'm kind of, oh. And he's like, you okay? There's a man in the truck. He said, you okay? And I said, yeah, I'm fine. I said, I ran out of gas like a dummy. So I'm about to walk to the station. Now I'm out in West Texas. Friendly people in West Texas. He says, let me go get you some gas. I'll get it for you. And I said, oh man, you don't have to do that. It's literally 1 mile. He goes, no. I'll go get it for you. I have a jug in my truck. I'm going to go get you some gas and I'll be back. Just hang tight. I'm like, oh man, you don't have to do that. He said, I'll do it. So he goes, he's back in 10 minutes.
You got to let people bless you.
Oh, he's back in 10 minutes. He gets out of his truck and it's just a white truck. It's a white Chevy. And he's got his piece. He's packing, which isn't unusual because I'm in West Texas. So he's got a piece. And I kind of see that, I don't say anything, but he comes over and we start, filling up the bike. And I said, do you live here? And he said, yeah. He goes, I'm the sheriff.
Of Crosbyton?
Of Crosbyton. Yeah. And I go, oh man, that's cool. And I said, I really appreciate you helping me out. He goes, oh, not a problem at all. So we put about a gallon in and then I offered him some money. I handed him some money. And he goes, no, I can't take that. Or that's fine. And then he got in his truck and he was off. And so
Did he tip his hat?
He didn't have a cowboy hat on.
Oh, darn it.
Yeah, he didn't have a cowboy hat on. So rode from there, gas station, filled up, made it to Lubbock, like right before dark, checked in the hotel, went down to the restaurant that evening, had a couple of bourbons. And then the next day was Friday. I got up on Friday. And what time did you get there?
I got there around 5 or 6, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So on the agenda for Friday was Professor Amanda was going to take me up to this new, I don't know how new it is, but I've never seen it. It's called the Texas Tech Club. And it's this suite up in the high part of the stadium. And there's a really nice restaurant up there and suites where you can watch the game and a full bar and just really, really first class. So they wanted to give me a tour of that. So we went up there and we were going to meet the CEO of the Texas Tech Alumni Association. His name is Kurt Langford. Real nice guy. So the three of us had lunch and then got to see that, took some pictures. And then after that, Kurt took me and Amanda over to the Alumni Center where he works. Now, he gave us like a 2-hour tour of this place. Lots of history, and I won't go into all the detail. Lots of history, lots of artifacts, lots of...
But enjoyable.
Very enjoyable.
Because there's nothing like a 2-hour tour that's not enjoyable.
I thought it was very interesting. I learned so much that things I had no idea, never knew about Texas Tech and the history. But I came to the realization about halfway through this tour is I am the world's worst Texas Tech alumni. And the reason I say that is when I graduated in 1993, the school sent me an envelope and it was their first year in the Big 12 conference. They went from the Southwest Conference to the Big 12 conference the year after I graduated. And they were trying to do this fundraiser, donate $12 because Tech's going to the Big 12. I sent them a $12 check.
And your work was done.
My work was done in 1993. That is the last time I've ever contributed anything to Texas Tech. And I'm looking around, Kurt's showing me everybody. Well, a lot of people have a brick or they got a tile with their name on it. There's buildings with people's names on them. And part of his job is to,
Guilt you into donating.
yeah, right. So I'm thinking,
Well, it
man,
worked on you.
oh, so one of my takeaways is I got to get more involved with supporting the school. I'm just not that good at doing that,
Right.
and I need to do more of that.
Okay, what does that mean for me?
Well, I don't know, but
because I got Taylor Swift tickets to buy.
Yeah,
just say.
So I'm gonna have to wait till next year to buy a brick, I guess. Okay, so we did the tour. That was a lot of fun, and then the class was at 3, and there's been a lot of anticipation as to what my opening joke was for this
pins
class.
and needles waiting to hear.
But we're gonna do this.
You're gonna make us wait longer.
Yes, before we do that.
Oh man, you're so good at podcasting.
Well,
what's that thing called again? You're doing?
It's called a tease.
Tease.
Yeah.
Teasing.
That's it. And I'm giving you a fair warning. It's kind of a Big Al lead up.
Oh, it's a letdown.
Yeah.
Well, then why would anybody want to stick around?
Well, because it's I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
I don't have.
There's that. Look, when it comes to holiday shopping, the sooner the better for me, because there's no way I'm going to the mall in December. It's just too crazy. And right now, if you're good at multitasking, you can take care of this. If not, wait till the podcast is over. But you can avoid the stress, shop early, and snag some of the best deals of the season on something everyone's going to love. Premium audio products from Raycon. Raycon has the gifts everyone needs and loves. Their wireless earbuds, headphones, and speakers offer premium sound, really useful features, and an almost custom comfortable fit. Plus, they have up to 54 hours of battery life. That's amazing. Plus, Raycon start at half the price of other premium audio brands. So there's a Raycon gift for everybody on your list. Everyday earbuds for mom, gaming headphones for your nephew, the everyday speaker for your best friend. You can knock out your list all at once and get 30% off by shopping Raycon's holiday bundles, Alan.
Mm-hmm.
They've got several bundles to choose from. My favorite is the Everyday Duo Bundle. That's 2 pairs of the Raycon Everyday Earbuds. That's my favorite thing. It's their bestseller. And if you buy that, you'll get 30% off. So you buy 2, you gift 1, and treat yourself with the other. It's a win-win.
Win-win.
And I wear my everyday earbuds when I walk. I can listen to my favorite podcasts. They're super comfortable. And I just think everybody needs a pair of Raycons in their ears. What they don't need is those 2 little white stems hanging out of those ears. Those look ridiculous.
That's nerdy.
Raycons are sleek. They're stylish. They come in a wide range of colorways to match your style, anyone's style. You can find them in stores now like Kohl's and Walmart. But let me tell you, you're always going to get the best deal when you use our special link, buyraycon.com/sandwich. Plus, the Raycon website also offers buy now, pay later options.
Right now, go to buyraycon.com/sandwich and use code EARLYBF to get 20% off site-wide. That's 20% off any Raycon product, which almost never happens, or save even bigger and get 30% off Raycon's exclusive holiday bundles. That's code EARLYBF.
That stands for Early Black Friday, Early BF.
All right.
Or Early Best Friend.
There you go. Early BF at buyraycon.com/sandwich for 20% off your Raycon purchase. Buyraycon.com/sandwich.
And that's BUY Raycon. Okay. All right. And y'all, a lot of people are getting those at Christmas. I stocked up.
Yeah.
I stocked up.
They're great.
I love those earbuds.
I love them too. So the ride up there was fine, except for me running out of gas. Texas Tech Club was awesome. The tour of the Alumni Center, awesome.
Get to your opening line, babe. We're all waiting.
Made another friend at Texas Tech, Kurt Langford, great guy. So then Amanda and I start matriculating over to the MassCom building, Mass Communications building, which is the old business building.
Very confusing for you.
I was very confused.
Again, you live your life.
I live my life in confusion. But we go to the business building, go to the classroom, and there are a couple of students in there, maybe 2 or 3. We got there about 15 minutes early, but already a couple of students in there. I just went to the front of the room, and I didn't have any notes. I didn't have any visuals.
Oh, you're gonna wing it.
Well, not really wing it, but this is more of a discussion in my mind. This is more of a discussion.
Q&A.
Little Q&A. We did a little Q&A. But Amanda basically introduced me, and
how many by the time class started?
15 let's see, I gave away all the hats, gave away some sandwich and some Lovin swag. I brought 20 and I had 2 left, so there must have been 18.
And what's the typical classroom? Is everybody there?
Well, here's what
it's a Friday afternoon at 3.
Well, here's what she told me. They never come in on Friday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they do virtual every Friday.
Oh, so this is like a special extra credit thing.
Special extra credit. And they brought in the heavy hitter, brought in one Walter A. Evans.
You're it.
I was it. So Amanda basically introduced me, and I never had planned to go in there and tell a joke. I really didn't. I wasn't going to tell a joke. I basically, she introduced me, and then I didn't know if the students knew how she and I knew each other. So I said, do they know how we know each other? And she goes, well, no, I don't think they do. So then she started telling the story about going to Oat and listening to the Kid Craddock show and listening to the podcast. And that was kind of my in to say, yeah, that's what I do now, but let me give you some history about just a little bit about me. And then at any time, if you want to, butt in and ask a question, please do. Because, this is just
because if y'all don't ask questions, I'm going to run out of material real fast.
Right. But it was really great. I just kind of launched right into, me starting at Tech as a young guy, and then my work experience, and then kind of how I got into what we're doing now. But they were a great group, babe. They asked a lot of questions. They were really engaged. Yeah. And it really went super fast because we only had 50 minutes.
Yeah.
But I think their favorite part was me opening up my little sack, and I pulled out of my sack 20 crisp Get It Babe official, a sandwich and some Lovin, Get It Babe caps.
People love free stuff.
Even the dudes were like, yes, this is awesome. I said, I'm glad you like it, man. That's great.
So you wiped out the merch.
Wiped out the merch. We got no merch. We got no merch at all.
We have nothing to sell on our website.
No. I think we have 3 of the logo hats left.
Okay.
Yeah.
So take care of your Christmas shopping now. There's 3 to choose from.
So it was 50 minutes, babe. I thought it was great. I'm my toughest critic always, like you are. I think you just like, I don't know, man. I really.
I beat myself up about it for a week.
I hope they got something out of it. And Amanda said, I have never seen them that engaged. I really do think that they liked it and thought,
good.
And I was like, oh, that's good to hear. So she sent me the feedback from the class today. You want to hear my feedback?
Oh, yeah.
Feedback. Hello, feedback from my students. Number 1, found the information you provided extremely interesting and helpful.
Oh.
Number 2, appreciated how open you were when answering questions. Number 3, would have liked a short PowerPoint with pictures, graphics, bullet points to help you stay organized.
Well, that's constructive criticism.
Yes. And then number 4, said you went on a few too many rabbit trails. But chalk that up to being on a podcast. Overall, they liked you and what you spoke about.
All right.
Yeah, so that was my grade. So I got maybe a B.
Yeah. Going down bunny trails.
Oh, I went down so many bunny trails.
Well, I think that is a product of podcasting and of being on the radio, honestly, because we will start talking about a subject, and 10 minutes later, it's like, what were we talking about?
Yeah.
It's just what happens.
I did that a few times. I know.
It's like just a conversation.
Oh, I know I did that a few times. But anyway, it was a great experience. And I told them if they ever need me to help them out again, I'd be glad to.
Just work on those few things and you can come back.
Yeah. So at this point in Lubbock, a cold front had moved through, and babe, it was cold.
Yeah.
Cold, like
we knew it was
30s cold.
We looked on our phones and we could see the forecast. We knew it was going to be cold.
Yeah. But when you showed up, it was
cold.
It was cold. And we're thinking, I don't know if we're going to be able to hack this game.
Right.
This was Friday night. It gets super cold.
And nobody loves being cold, do they?
I don't
love it.
No.
But I can tolerate it, I guess, if I'm prepared for it.
Mm-hmm.
But we even had thoughts of maybe we'll just tailgate.
Yeah.
Maybe
we were throwing that. We were throwing that out.
And then, because people that we end up tailgating with have very nice setups.
Yes.
With
heaters.
With TVs. You can watch the game right there.
Open
food,
bar.
Drinks.
Yes.
And they got my drink order.
And right next to the stadium, too.
Right next to the stadium. And so we said, well, let's just play it by ear.
Let's play it by ear. We were even thinking, maybe we'll just go somewhere and watch it. I mean,
these were conversations that were had.
Because guys, it was cold.
It was cold.
Because when I left Dallas, it was 70.
Yeah, then it got cold in Dallas too.
Yeah,
We've had a big cold front. I mean, we didn't have no fall this year. Went straight to winter.
So we rolled on over that evening. We rolled on over to Jalisco's. Had a little authentic Mexican.
We were going to eat at the restaurant, the hotel, but it was a wait.
Couldn't get in.
So we about a mile or two from the hotel. We stayed at Cotton Court. If you're ever looking for a place to stay in Lubbock, we really like that.
Very nice.
Because where's the other place everybody always stays?
We stayed at the Overton.
The Overton. That's an old hotel.
That's a little older,
And Cotton Court's brand new. It's really nice.
Got fire pits.
Fire pits everywhere. Live music in the restaurant.
Music,
and it's dog friendly. We saw a lot of dogs.
How come we didn't take a Larry?
Oh Lord. Y'all can take your dogs. We're not taking ours.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we went to Jalisco's. It was good. And when I told Lindley where she went, she goes, "Oh, that was good, authentic." She said, "We did good."
It was good. I thought it was very good.
Very good.
So let's see, that was Friday night. Saturday, game day. What do we do all day Saturday?
We got up and we walked down to a local coffee shop.
Oh,
Paint Rock.
Yeah.
It was brand new.
That was really good.
It's one of those Instagram coffee shops where it's got lots of flowers and pretty egg-shaped chairs hanging from the ceiling, so you can come in, if you're an Instagram person, and get your picture taken, which we are not Instagram people like that. But so I had a Mexican something coffee. What was it? It was some sort of special Mexican cinnamon kind of coffee. I thought I'd try something different. And then we walked down to the campus.
Yeah, I wanted Kelly and I to get a picture in front of the seal. Check that off the list. Went over there to the Will Rogers statue,
which was wrapped
up in the red ribbon. And that's kind of
a tradition.
It's a tradition.
Apparently.
So check that off the list. And then there's an old bench that I got my picture on with my dad right after I graduated. So like 30 years ago. So I had Kelly take a picture of me sitting on that bench. And I sent that to my mom and dad, and they recognized it. They were like, "Is that bench you said?" I was like, "Yeah, that was it." Then we walked back, and then by that time it was time to start getting ready for the game, right?
Yeah, we had to go a little early, and we walked because we were like, "There's no way we're going to get parking and all this stuff." And we ended up going to a little seedy, sketchy part of the area. Remember that little sketchy part we walked through where all the cars were covered in bird poop?
Yeah, that was a little.
It was a little sketch. But then, so we got there, but Alan, because Amanda was nice enough, she got us field passes. Yeah, so we got to go down on the field.
That was awesome.
And we got there really early.
Well,
because there was a lot of people that
came. We got there
at
like 5.
We still got there early. There was hardly anybody down there when we were there. In fact, the players were out there not dressed up. They were just out there running sprints and
stretching.
And this very nice man came up and shook our hands. Yes. He was handsome. I was like,
"Gosh,
Alan, that might have been somebody." Because he's like, "Nice to see you." We're like, "Nice to see you." Come to find out.
And world's worst alumni here. Had no idea who he is.
Come to find out after things get going and there's a big announcement on the screen telling people not to throw cans and crap. He was the coach.
That was the freaking head coach. He came over and introduced himself to us. Had no idea who he was.
And Alan didn't know. I don't know.
His name's Joey McGuire. He's brand new at Tech.
We screwed that up. You should have gotten your picture taken with him. We screwed it up.
This is his first year.
And then this is the fun part, all these high school seniors, I guess, and their moms and dads, they all come and they stand on the sidelines, bright eyes, just like, wow, because they're trying to recruit players, right? And so that was really cute to see that. But then all the football, college and NFL were saluting the troops and the veterans this weekend because Friday was Veterans Day. And at Texas Tech, it turns out the head of the Air Force, the 4-star general,
General Brown,
is a graduate of Texas Tech, and he was there.
Had no idea.
So that was cool. And they had these paratroopers. Is that what you call them? Paratroopers that all of them came down, and they landed on the field. They did a flyover. It was just really, really cool.
They brought the flags down.
Down. Yeah. So that was cool. Saw the masked rider come out on the horse. So it was all that fun stuff. So anyway, by the time the going band came out, all of it.
And Kelly yells, "Where y'all going?" I'm like, babe. You know how many times
that's because you said it.
Oh, yeah.
You kept saying it. And so then when I finally said it, I was like, "Stop saying that." They hear that all the time. I said, "Well, you were saying it." So anyway, so we called Lindley and said, okay, we're ready to come
Babe,
up.
who is Lindley?
Lindley's one of our, many years ago when Alan took me to my very first Texas Tech game.
2017.
We were talking about it on the radio.
Or 16.
Oh, 16 or 17. I don't know if we were married yet.
I don't think we were.
It might have been 16. I was on the Kate Craddock Morning Show. And we didn't have a podcast then, so it was 16. And I said, Alan's going to take me to Texas Tech, and I've never been. And some ladies reached out to me and said, y'all need to come hang out with us. We'll show you a good time. And one of those ladies was Lindley. And she's the one that gets us into the tailgating fun. So anyway, we went up to the stands, and Lindley is a season ticket holder. They've got great seats right there, like almost on the 50-yard line.
Yeah, really nice.
Really nice seats. And so her husband's out of town because he got lucky enough to go to Green Bay to watch the Cowboys lose. I was like, man, that sucked.
To the Packers.
I know. So we were sitting there with her, and we were having so much fun. We were like, well, maybe at halftime we'll go and go tailgating. And we're like, no, we wanted to get back and watch the game. We ended up staying for the entire game.
It was a really great game.
Really fun.
Yeah, it was a fun
game. Didn't get to tailgate at all, but
lots of points.
We'll do that next time.
Lots of points scored.
It was a fun game. Yeah, a lot of back and forth.
Tech won 43-28, so it
wasn't fun.
It wasn't dull. And they played Kansas, who I didn't realize Kansas was pretty good.
Yeah, they had a better record than Tech, didn't they?
They did.
And
that they still do. I think they're 6-4 now, and Tech's 5-5.
So it was fun.
It was a lot of fun. It was a great. I just had so much fun this weekend. But I was reminded all weekend a couple of things. Number one,
worst alumni ever.
I'm the worst Texas Tech alumni ever. Number two, the people in West Texas. I remember that when I was. They're always so nice, so helpful.
Truly,
they really are. Not just because of the sheriff, but that's just how they were.
Men were holding doors open for me.
Yep.
I mean, I feel bad because you want to get mad at men. Why don't you hold the door open and be a gentleman? How many men get their heads snapped off when they try they hold the door open for the wrong woman? They're going to get berated.
Mm-hmm.
Just hold the door open for anybody. If I'm going in before a man and I get there first, I hold the door open for him. Just hold the door open for somebody. It's a nice thing to do.
But listener, do I have a story that happened to us on the sideline that is a role reversal? Speaking of holding doors open and whatnot. Kelly is looking at me like she can't remember. Why don't you do that? And then I will tell you the story you will not believe about a role reversal in our relationship.
Oh, okay. I can't wait to hear this story. Maybe I'll remember it when he tells it. This holiday season, you want to give a gift that makes the person receiving it feel as special and unique as the relationship that you share. So we have the perfect gift idea for you, and that is StoryWorth. StoryWorth is an online service that helps you and your loved ones preserve precious memories and stories for years and generations to come. It's a thoughtful, meaningful gift that connects you to the people who matter most. And here's how it works. So every week, StoryWorth will send an email to your relative or friend, whoever you choose to give this gift to. And they're going to be asked a thought-provoking question. It can be a question that you choose, or if you're like, I don't know, you can choose from one of StoryWorth's vast pool of questions. And these are questions maybe you've never thought to ask, like, what's the bravest thing you've ever done? Or if you could see in the future, what would you want to find out? And then after a year of getting these weekly questions, StoryWorth compiles them all into a book, including the photos. And it's a beautiful keepsake book that you'll be able to share and revisit for generations to come. Isn't that amazing? I love knowing years from now, I can share with my grandchildren, if I am so blessed, not just stories about their great-grandfather, Jerry Rasberry, but these are stories actually from great-granddaddy Jerry Rasberry, right? And reading the weekly stories really help connect you with loved ones, no matter how near or how far apart you are.
With StoryWorth, we're giving those we love a thoughtful, personal gift from the heart and preserving their memories and stories for years to come. Go to StoryWorth.com/sandwich and save $10 on your first purchase. That's StoryWorth.com/sandwich to save $10 on your first purchase.
It's a really sentimental, wonderful, thoughtful gift.
It is. It sounds very sentimental and thoughtful. We didn't mention, before I tell my story about role reversal, we had lunch with Lindley and her two girls.
Yeah.
They are so funny. They are hilarious. they do magic.
They do, yeah.
So they were showing.
Little did they know they were talking to a magician.
Oh, that Sensei was at the table. No, but they were doing magic, and I was like, "How do you guys know magic?" And they said, "We went to magic camp."
How about that?
And I said, "That is amazing. You guys stick with that because most kids aren't into magic nowadays, and then especially girls. I mean, that is awesome. I was so happy to see that they were doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So I showed them a few things.
A little sleight of hand.
A little sleight of hand, a little disappearing knife, the disappearing rock. I didn't have my cards though. So,
I know.
Yeah.
You weren't a very prepared magician.
Well, a good
should always be prepared.
Well, as my sensei told me, a good magician can do magic with everyday items.
But having that deck of cards really helps.
Having that deck of cards really helps.
All right, back to role reversal.
Oh, so we're standing on the sideline and we're just watching the players warm up, just kind of, taking in the sights, and it's early. And I noticed these two big, tall, buff-looking dudes in cowboy boots, official-looking jackets, and cowboy hats, in one-way sunglasses, standing on the sideline. And I'm looking at them. I'm like, those guys got to be somebody. And I see the patch. They both have the same patch on their arm, and it says Texas Rangers.
Real life Texas Rangers.
Real Texas Rangers.
Right there.
I'm like, you've got to be kidding. I can't remember ever seeing a real Texas Ranger.
Walker, Texas Ranger.
Well, he wasn't a real Texas Ranger. So
you cannot convince me of that.
So I'm like, holy crap. So I run over to Kellie. I'm like, babe, those guys are Texas Rangers.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I say, I'm going to go over there and ask them if I can take a picture. Kellie's like, no,
don't bother them.
So I want to engage. And Kellie says, no.
I don't like bothering.
Don't go engage.
I don't like bothering celebrities or Texas Rangers.
So what do?
Well, you told me you were going to the bathroom or something, but then I turn around and you're standing there chumming it up with the Texas Rangers.
So I go.
I told you it was okay, Kellie. I'm like, all right, whatever.
So I go rolling over there and I kind of, tap one of them on the shoulder and I said, is it okay to ask a real Texas Ranger for a picture? And I said, I'm just joking. You guys probably can't take pictures. And they said, no, we can take pictures. They said, sure. So I said, babe, see, I told you.
Mm-hmm.
They'll take a picture. So I said, can you take our picture? And so Kellie comes over. And right as Kellie's about to start taking our picture, Kellie introduces herself. And there was Ranger Dom and Ranger Scott. And Ranger Scott looks at Kellie and he's like, I recognize that voice. You're Kellie Rasberry, aren't you? And she said, yeah. He's like, oh, I've been a big fan. He's like, hey, can you get me and Kellie's picture? I'm like, come on.
Picture with the Ranger.
Come on, you're bogarting my
not my fault.
You're bogarting my picture.
I can't help being me.
Yeah.
No, they were very nice.
They were.
And then he offered.
So we got a picture of all.
Yeah, and he offered to let us come back down during halftime, but I just thought it was just a lot, and I had to pee. my man Ranger Scott and I traded numbers. He goes, you did?
We sure did.
Oh, that's right, because you had to.
I sent him the picture.
Yeah.
He said, you guys want to ever watch the game from the sideline? You just let me know.
Oh, that's so nice.
How nice is that? But that was really cool. Like, if you're not familiar, a Texas Ranger is, what's the best way to describe it? I mean, they're law enforcement, but it's
like above a sheriff,
I think, but
below the FBI.
Somebody
sort of like the FBI.
Somebody in law enforcement can explain this a lot better than I. But it's a special group of law enforcement.
Badass.
Yeah,
that's what they are.
And plus, you're a Texas Ranger, and you got the star badge and everything,
Yeah, and they were cowboy hats.
Yeah, they were cowboy hats
and cool boots.
Yes,
they were wearing one of them was wearing ostrich,
python,
and the other one was wearing python.
Something like
no, it was.
Was it not?
I don't think that was python. I think that was some sort of lizard.
How do you know all this about boots?
Well, I used to sell cowboy boots.
Where?
At a store my daddy owned.
What was the name of it?
I can't remember.
Oh, come on. Okay, so that was our role reversal. I wanted to engage. And Kellie said, no, don't engage. You turn around and I'm engaging. Right.
And then he wants his picture with
you. Here comes Alan, big chiclet teeth. He wants his pictures with the Texas Ranger.
That's performances and Melissa impersonation.
Yes, yeah.
So anyway, then the next day we just came home and watched the Cowboys lose.
Well, here's the thing about
So disappointing.
Here's the thing about coming home.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly brought her car up.
Yeah.
I rode a motorcycle up.
And I asked you, I said, do you mind if I don't stick with you? Because I need to get home.
No, I was fine.
You said that's fine. So I took off.
And I was fine with that. But the temperature when we left was 38 degrees.
Right.
So Kelly's in the car, no problems. Turn the heater on.
No, heated seats even.
Yeah, dying. D&M Leasing. So she hits the road. And so this guy, I put everything on that I brought. I literally had 5 layers on the top. I had 3 layers on the bottom. I put 2 pairs of socks on. I had 2 pairs of gloves on. Crank my heated grips up all the way on high, which will fry your hands if you touch them without gloves. Mm-hmm. They're really hot. And I was really no problem. I was fine. Just put my mask, my face shield down. And I was telling Kelly, I was colder at the game than I was riding home. Riding home was easy.
Good.
But I was freezing my balls off at the game. It was cold. I guess because we're just sitting there.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, we were up and cheering and stuff and standing, but
it was a little windy, I guess, because you said I had windburn on my cheeks.
You did. Kelly got windburn.
Mm-hmm.
You get windburn in West Texas.
Yeah. So anyway, it was a
fun weekend.
That was our entire weekend in real time.
But let's see, on the way home, you beat me home by about a couple of hours, I think, right?
Yeah, you stopped a lot.
I stopped at Seymour again, had a chicken sandwich the second time.
Oh, wow. You love that DQ.
Yeah, love that DQ. Stopped in Jacksboro at an All Sups and crammed down some chicharrones and a Gatorade. And at this point, the Cowboy game's about to start. So I boot up my Sirius app, pull that through my headset in the helmet, and I listened to the Cowboys the rest of the way, like the first half, the rest of the way home. And then got home, watched the second half of the game, and they lost to the Packers up in Green Bay.
Well, it's unfortunate.
It was a dramatic loss, though. They lost in overtime, doing some real bonehead stuff, which the Cowboys tend to do.
Yeah.
So, I know everybody was thinking Super Bowl here for a little while.
And in one game, you've all changed your mind.
Yeah. They build us up and then they let us down.
Well,
they build us up and then they let us down.
Very pessimistic going in, and you started to change.
Pessimistic.
You were pessimistic about their
about
odds,
the season,
and then you started to slowly, wow, maybe this is going the right direction. Now you're back down to pessimism.
No, I stand by my 9-8 prediction. They're going to finish the season 9-8.
Where are they now?
They're 6-4.
Wow. All right. Well, there's that.
Yep.
There's that.
They got to go through the Eagles and the G-men. I mean, the Cowboys may not even make the playoffs.
Wow.
Playoffs? Yeah.
JC from the Kid Craddock Morning Show?
National Syndicated. Man.
He's doing an appearance with Cooper Rush.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Where's that?
I forget. Some sports thing, I guess. But he's going to do an appearance with him. Isn't that cool?
That's very cool.
Yeah.
All kidding aside, Cooper Rush is the only reason that the Cowboys are even in it this year.
Yeah.
I mean, because when
the backup quarterback when Dak was out.
Yeah, when Dak was out. A lot of football talk on the Sandwich and some Lovin. A lot of Texas Tech football, Cowboys football.
Right.
A lot of football talk.
Well, hopefully it's interesting.
One thing, here's a little peek behind the kimono, guys. Kellie Rasberry Evans, she couldn't spell football when we met if I spotted her the foot and the ball.
That's not true.
Now, Kellie will watch some spare NFL game. She's like, what's going on in this game? Oh, wow, yeah. And then she can even name off some of the players. And she's like,
no, that's not true.
No, it is true. She's becoming a closet football fan.
No, I've always watched. I mean, I don't go out of my way to watch. If I was not in a relationship, I probably wouldn't watch, honestly.
Yeah.
But when I've been in relationships and he wants to watch football, I will watch. And I'm going to watch.
So I'm no different.
I'm just going to say, if I'm going to watch, I get engaged and I pay attention when I'm watching.
Yeah.
But I couldn't name 4 players on the Dallas Cowboys right now.
Oh, I bet you can.
CeeDee Lamb.
1.
Dak Prescott.
2.
Cooper Rush.
3. Oh, come on. This guy with the nose ring, crazy hair, feed.
Oh, Zeke Elliott.
4.
There's 4.
I bet you can name more than that.
Give me a hint.
The best player on the team, number 11.
That's not CeeDee.
No.
CeeDee Lamb's
No,
not
he's
the
80.
best.
He's 88. Number 11, defense.
What's it start with? Michael.
Micah Parsons.
Micah.
Yeah, he's the best player on the team.
All right.
Yeah.
There you go. There's 6 now I can name.
Offense or
5.
defense. Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway. But I still, like I say, but I do, if I'm going to watch it, I try to really watch it. And I get involved. But anyway.
You do.
I'm an enthusiastic passive fan.
Kellie's fun to watch football with, especially with.
Thank you, honey.
Especially at the game, at the Tech game. Oh, Kellie was getting into it.
Yes.
And Kellie was mocking, I remember last podcast, Raider power.
But what did I say?
Did you notice it was faster?
It was much faster. Did somebody get the memo on that?
Somebody might have said, Kellie Rasberry's been.
Y'all need to speed this up.
They've been mocking our cheers.
Yeah, I was.
Because this time they were Raider power. Raider.
Yeah, it was on point. This
it was
time.
fast.
Much better.
Yeah,
much better.
Okay.
All right, inflation. What can I say that has not already been said? We're paying more for gas, groceries, dining out. But I drive almost 40 miles to and from work each day, not counting what I do running kids around all over the place. I need gas. We have teenagers with stomachs that are bottomless pits. Can't cut back on groceries. And going out to eat is my most favorite thing to do. I don't want to cut back on that either. And with Upside, we don't have to. The Upside app offsets inflated prices by giving you cash back on the stuff you're buying anyway. And let's all agree, there is nothing fun about cutting back on things that we love or things we need. But getting cash back on every purchase, that's fun, especially when you go out to eat, like I love to do. Now, Alan, we've been saving money with the Upside app at some of the restaurants we go to most.
You know what? There are things that you spend money on really all the time. Gas, groceries,
that's what I just said.
Restaurants.
I said all that.
So if you're going to go to a restaurant, why not get 19% cash back at Fuzzy's Tacos?
Seriously?
Like we can do here in Plano. How about 17% cash back at Sushi Robata? We love sushi.
Yeah, we had a great date night there and got a discount. I ain't mad at that.
Give me 17% back.
Not a discount, cash back, I should
Cash
say.
back. And how about 20% off at Wild Fork?
Back.
Boom.
Yes. So this is how you get
cash
started.
Back. 20% off, cash back.
You download the free Upside app, you use our promo code LOVIN, L-O-V-I-N, and you get $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more. Next, claim an offer for whatever you're buying on Upside, check in at the business, pay as you usually do with a credit or debit card, and you get paid. You may say, Kellie, I get rewards if I use my credit card or I use my grocery store's loyalty program. Well, with Upside, you can earn 3 times more cash back, and Upside users are earning more than $1 million every week. You don't want to miss out on free money.
And you won't miss out on free money if you download the free Upside app and use promo code LOVIN to get $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more. That's $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more using promo code LOVIN.
All right.
Before we started the podcast, the family text was blowing up because my dad sent a couple of texts and a lot of people in my family, our family, were responding. And I thought we'd just do one of the exercises just real quick.
One of the exercises?
Exercises that my dad threw out.
It was an exercise?
One of the activities, exercises.
Oh.
I don't know how to explain it.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
But to bring it home for Jerome.
Okay.
So he sent a screenshot of this Facebook thing, and maybe we'll do that one next time. It's all these landmarks in the United States, and the average person's been to 5. But I read them all, and I had been to either 10 or 11 or 12 of them. But maybe we'll do that next time because that takes longer. But the other one he threw out was a picture of the U.S. How many states have you not been to?
Not been to.
Not been to. How many?
It's easier to say.
How many of the states have you not? It's
the
easier.
Ones you have been and then subtract.
It's easier for me to pick out the ones I haven't been because I've been to most of them.
I think it'd be easier for me to the ones I have and then subtract from 50.
Okay, here's the ones I haven't been to. Alaska.
Neither.
Idaho.
I don't think I have.
Oregon. No, I've been to Oregon because I've been to Portland.
I haven't.
Washington State, I've never been to. So there's 3. Utah.
I've been there.
I want to go to Utah. You been to Utah? Then the ones in the Northeast, Maine, Vermont, Rhode Island.
All those upper New England.
Yeah. I've been to Connecticut. I've not been to Delaware. Been to New York, been to Pennsylvania. Virginia? You been to Virginia?
Yeah, I went to college there.
Oh,
Liberty and
yeah.
Lynchburg.
Yeah. I've been to West Virginia, just drove through it. So I've been to, I don't know.
See, it's easier to count where you have been than not.
I've been to all the southern states, all the central states.
See, you should have given me a time and I would have written them down.
You been to Michigan?
I've been to, I think so. I think I had to, where's Eminem from? Michigan, right?
I think he's from Michigan.
I think I remember I had to fly into that airport because I was going to St. Paul, Minnesota or something.
I've been to Minnesota.
Yeah. I had to go up there for an appearance. And yeah.
I was born in Illinois, Indiana, been there, Ohio, been there.
This is riveting.
Well, I'm just trying to think of all the places that I've been, and then
it would have been helpful if we would have written them down ahead of time. Instead of just sit here and figure it out.
We're burning off another 3 or 4 minutes to bring it home for Jerome. I was just a little exercise, but I've probably been to, I don't know, more than 40 of the 50.
Yeah.
I've been to Hawaii.
Yeah, there's places I want to go. I don't necessarily want to go to Alaska, honestly, but
I kind of do.
I'd like to go.
What about an Alaska
cruise?
Maine? Yeah, Maine.
I'd like to go up there and do like the whole Maine lobster thing. We were supposed to go to Boston, but then COVID hit, and then that got derailed, and we never ended up going to Boston. There's places like that I really want to go.
Have you been to Wisconsin?
I don't think so.
I want to ride up there next year. Because Harley's having some big homecoming event.
Are they based out of Wisconsin?
Yes, Milwaukee.
Why do you act like I'm supposed to know that?
Oh, you're supposed to know that. And the museum's up there. I want to go to the museum.
All right, well, have fun.
You wouldn't go with me? You wouldn't ride all the way up there with me?
No, honey.
How come?
I don't think so. Thank you for asking.
Maybe next year after Sturgis, I'll just go from Sturgis over to Wisconsin.
Okay.
Because that's not too far.
Okay. Anyway. All right. So normally this is the time of day where I read some 5-star reviews, but honestly,
you couldn't find any?
I didn't even look, Alan. I was so busy today that I forgot to do that. I came home from picking Emma Kellie up from her horseback riding lesson to coming straight home and throwing her laundry in the washing machine and jumping on the podcast with you. So I'm really sorry about that, but I'll try to do better next time. And thank you for those who have gone to wherever you listen to our podcast and leaving a 5-star review that I promise I will read some at the end of the next podcast. Thank you so much for that. If you do want to follow Alan or myself on social media, you can find me on Instagram at Kellie Rasberry, Kellie, no P in Rasberry. Our podcast Instagram is at A Sandwich and Some Lovin.
I am at the Alonzo 1971 on the Facebook.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook at Kellie Rasberry Evans.
You're on the Twitter.
I don't really tweet. I mean, I've got the account and I follow. It's been interesting with Elon Musk taking over. I don't know what's really all going on. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I'm leaving, but I'm not leaving. I'm just I'm not getting as my.
Where are they going? Like to Canada?
I don't know. They're just all mad that Elon's ruining everything. I don't know. But I'm not like my news feed. It's not as long as it used to be. Like I can check back, I can go 24 hours and then I go to refresh and check my news feed and it's not that much of an update. So I don't know what's happening. it's not as much activity as there once was. A lot of activity right now since Trump announced he's going to run again. Donald Trump.
Wow. Pretty bold.
Why is that news? Is that news you hadn't heard yet?
Pretty bold bringing him up.
Why is that bold?
I don't know.
I said Twitter's been active since
some people, that's a bad word.
Oh my gosh. The man announced he's running for president and Twitter reacted.
Kellie.
That was very controversial of me to bring up.
Kellie. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So that's that. But follow me on Twitter if you want, but I'm not tweeting. I'm just looking at other people's stuff.
All right, babe. This is good. A lot of football talk, a lot of Texas Tech talk. That's okay. That's what happened.
Yeah, we'll get back from kids, and we'll do the next podcast before we go into Thanksgiving break.
Oh,
So
yeah.
there will be a new podcast that actually, I guess, is going to drop on Thanksgiving, huh?
We're going to have to do a Thanksgiving edition.
Yeah, because it's going to drop on Thanksgiving Day.
Maybe a little favorite Thanksgiving foods. Compare and contrast pecan pie and pumpkin pie.
Are we going to say what we're thankful for?
Say what we're thankful for. Make everybody real tense about that.
Maybe we'll do some turkey trivia. Boy, that sounds like a fun podcast. God,
what a beating. Turkey trivia?
We'll probably forget it's our Thanksgiving show and talk about everything but Thanksgiving, but you never know. So while you're up cooking your Thanksgiving meal and you have the parade on silent in the background, you can listen to a Sandwich and Some Lovin' on your podcast.
Do you know Ben Franklin wanted the turkey to be the national bird?
I did know that.
Instead of the bald eagle.
That's my turkey trivia question, Alan.
The turkey is the bald eagle is kind of a scavenger, but the turkey is not really a scavenger. Plus, there's more turkeys around than bald eagles. I don't know. Ben Franklin was lewd. I do know that.
That's what you keep telling me.
That guy got kicked out of France.
Is there a book to back that up?
Absolutely.
Okay. Find me that book. Maybe that could be my Christmas gift.
That guy was so lewd, he got kicked out of France. And
For doing what? You
don't want to know.
You don't know, do you?
I do know. You don't want to know.
You read it in a book?
You don't want to know.
Give me that book.
No. It's too lewd. Some things can't be repeated.
I'm going to look for it online, and then that's going to be in my search history.
And you know what's so ironic?
So when I die, and it's some mysterious death, and they come and do my internet search history, Ben Franklin lewd is going to turn up in my search history. That's going to be really embarrassing.
And you know what's so ironic? That guy is on the $100 bill.
Why is that ironic?
Because he got kicked out of France. He was really lewd.
You were the only person I've ever heard that Ben Franklin got kicked out of France.
Have you talked to my dad? He'll tell you the whole story. Text him.
Oh, he'll tell me the story, but you won't.
Yeah, you will.
Your dad will share a lewd story about Ben Franklin with his sweet, precious, innocent daughter-in-law.
He'll send you a bunch of links. Okay. All right, babe. Well, I love you desperately.
I love you.
I love Texas Tech University desperately.
You're going to buy a brick, aren't you?
I'm going to buy a tile. Ooh. Yeah. I might buy a brick and a tile.
Oh, my goodness. You show me.
After I pay off those Taylor Swift tickets.
Right.
But I am sure we will podcast again real soon. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich. Bye. All right. Yes. Never a president, Wheeze. Wheezy's there, babe.
Where?
In the chat room.
Hey.
You know Wheezy.
I do.
A sandwich in an empty tank. A sandwich and some Texas Rangers. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. You got shot down, Christy, per usual. No, come on. Wheezy, she's doing a bit. She's got to be doing a bit. No one can forget like your name every single podcast. Oh my gosh. Don't do that. Even Wheezy's asking who's Wheezy. Where's Wheezy? Hey, Mel. What's everybody doing for Thanksgiving? Is everybody staying here or are you traveling? Yes. Yeah, Christy, that's a good call. Right now, you and Wheezy are in the chopped liver club. I'm like the president of the chopped liver club.
Why?
We're forgotten.
Forgotten by whom?
By everybody.
Who forgot you?
We're forgotten people.
Nobody forgot you.
Yep. Every time Christy comes up with a very creative name for the podcast, she gets shot down. Every time Wheezy says hello, you're like, who's Wheezy? Where's Wheezy? I'm just chopped liver because I'm me. So yeah, we're going to start the chopped liver club, the CLC, where we could be the Association of Chopped Liver
Lovers Unite.
Association of Chopped Liver Members, the ACLM. Okay. Wheezy, me, you, right now, me, you, and Christy are part of the ACLM.
How do I know Wheezy?
Well, she's been to your restaurant.
And I met her there?
You've met her, yes, multiple times.
And she goes by Wheezy.
Well, yeah. Wait, she just said, oh no. She said, bruh.
Bruh?
She's so defeated.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. See? Who's got two thumbs and champions the listener? This guy, okay? This guy. Unbelievable. It's not a club you want to be in. You don't want to be in the ACLM, the Association of Chopped Liver Members. You don't want to be in the ACLM. It's not a club you want to be in. He says, bruh. No. Oh, gosh. Bruh. All right, peeps. Keep up with Kellie on the social medias. Well,
yeah,
all the
kids will be all. I haven't packed a thing.
So apparently you and Amy said that she had great cheekbones. You don't remember this?
Where's Wheezy from?
HEB. I think.
What does she look like?
Dark hair, real curly. Olive complexion. Looks like she could be my sister.
Who was she with?
Her husband.
What's his name?
Heavily tattooed gentleman.
What's his name?
Mr. Wheezy. This guy. Who champions the listener and has two thumbs? This guy. She's so defeated. God. It's horrible. Yes, Krista. Poor Wheezy. I agree. It's bad. Horrible treatment by one of our very, very best customers. I think you treat a very best customer like that. All right, peoples. Guess I better get this uploaded here. Michael, that would be a negative. We're going to be in Mexico, but I think we're going to record on Monday. Right? We're going to record on Monday?
Yeah. It's going to be when I get back from kids. So we're going to have to record it that night because we leave the next day to a what was it? What kind of class was it? A PR media?
Digital PR. We just call it PR class, public relations class. All right, guys, I'm gonna log off.
Bye.
Bye. We'll see y'all soon.